is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, most people thought the Patriots' reign was over post-Tom Brady, but this team has persevered and believed in one another, and they are back in the Super Bowl yet again.
And to no one's surprise, a lot of credit has to go to their coaching staff because talent-wise, this was not the best group in AFC, but they certainly believed in one another, and now here they are on the doorstep of winning another Super Bowl for the Pats.
Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this is a club that's been put together largely through the draft the last few years. They've hit some home runs, and now here they are seeking their second Super Bowl title ever.
And while now it might be hard to believe in that first one, they were big underdogs. Super Bowl 48 to Peyton Manning and the Broncos in MetLife Stadium. But they were jet-propelled that day, and they'd like to be the same in this game.
60 years of Super Bowls have led us here. More history to be written tonight as we get underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Right out of the gates, here's Smith. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Zappy off play action. There's Henry. Touchdown Patriots. Hunter Henry from 17 yards out. And the Pats are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Zappi. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Patriots will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And he's off to a very poor start. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. They'll try and see if he can complete a few to the good guys here as he starts 1st and 10. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Here now, 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Smith on 1st down. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop. Never got going. A loss of a couple. And it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing. And they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now Geno. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Jennings, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
Well, partners, the first quarter too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Geno now to throw. They shakes him off. Under pressure, they got him again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Already up 2 touchdowns. How about that drive killer of a sack there to add to their good play? This offense coming away with no points now when some kind of score was desperately needed.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Zappi. Short pass caught by Henry. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Going play action here with Zappi. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Again, it's Zappi. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 14-0 is our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on second down.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Smith on third down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a...
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
They'll run on first down with Dallas.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Matthew Judon in there to take him down. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Now Smith.
Left side complete to Lockett.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Smith.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. On the return is Jones. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Zappi. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. A tough spot here after that sack. Zappi and the Pats now face a 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw here.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. And back deep is DJ Dallas.
He'll take it at the 42. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. On first down, it's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, Smith.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Zappe's throw here taken in by Gesicki.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Zappe looking to throw it on first down.
Henry's got it out on the left side. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
And Zappe to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Seahawks force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Second down and a yard.
Smith now to throw.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he's got it up to the 28-yard line. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
Throwing again is Smith. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Geno on first down.
This is the tight end Fant.
Past the 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Throwing now is Geno. Forced out to his left, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks are on the board here in this Super Bowl.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
after the touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
But he'll let this go deep for Bourne.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed.
Understandably, pass rushers keyed up for this Super Bowl, but you can't do that.
And let's face it, no one wants to lose one of these quarterbacks early in this game. So you know they're going to be protected by the officials.
Zappe now on 1st and 10.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Second and 10. Off the fake, Zappe.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment. But welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half throwing the football by quarterback Bailey Zappe. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 5. Zappe from the gun. That'll be caught by Parker.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Zappe fakes a handoff, looks to throw it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Reek Woolen. Loose inside the 30. inside the 10.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick six here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A very solid gain of 27.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Zappe.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
On 2nd down, Zappe to throw it.
He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, here's Zappe. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Zappe.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They saw the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The play fake, and now here's Zappe.
And it's caught.
And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Zappe back to throw.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
They'll throw again with Zappe. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots.
Hunter Henry with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Smith.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The pickup there, 5 yards.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing is Smith.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right.
And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Here's Jones on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go.
And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Stevenson. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
And I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
A give for Stevenson, running right.
And he's got some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
69 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Zampi will go to the air.
And his pass incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff, Stevenson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now Zampi. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And out now come the Seahawks.
And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. To throw is Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Smith. Flushed out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. They'll try the air now with Smith. This complete to Lockett. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now 1st and goal. Smith to throw. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Smith. He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. 3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Myers' kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under 1 minute to go now in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
They run once more with Stevenson.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. And that should do it. He's got a 1st down, and the Patriots can run it out from here.
And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.